I haven't done a haul video for a long time, and I've got a big one, a big ass one today for you guys. So if you want to find out what I bought, all the fragrances recently, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. Yes, it's a haul video. What am I going to do in this haul video? Tell you all the fragrances that I've bought. Lots of them. And you know what? I've got stuff in here that's really cheap, going under $10 a bottle, to really expensive, maybe over $400 a bottle. No, I haven't gotten that expensive, but expensive. So I've got a big range or wide range of prices and all kinds of varieties of fragrances, and I'm going to tell you all about them. But before I do that, if this is your first time tuning into this channel and you still haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So you guys like haul videos? It's fun, I think. I enjoy watching them, although I don't watch any videos on fragrances anymore. I don't have the time, full-time job. Lots of things to do with this channel and also Instagram and things like that, so I rarely do. But I think you guys like watching haul videos, so we've got one for you today, as I said. Let's get started. I'll tell you about what I got first. This is Oud Essential from Guerlain. So I'm kind of slowly digging into this collection of fragrances. You guys have recommended me several of them, and I have 3 of them already. Santal Royal. I've got the Bois Mysterio, and then I'll also have the Patchouli Ardent, and now I have Oud Essential. So I guess there's probably 3 more in the collection: the Queer, the Musk, and then what else? The Encens. But this one actually is the Oud, and I got it for a discounted price, and it was without the box, so I wanted to take a chance at it. And it's another one of those, you know, designer-ish ouds that's actually kind of leathery and smoky and woody, and give it a try. I don't know if there's any rose in here. I haven't really tested it out, but I bought it blind, so we'll see how it is. So this is Oud Essential. Do you know this one? If you do, let me know how it is for you. So this one is a less expensive fragrance. In fact, it was featured in a video over the weekend in my cheapest fragrances video. I bought it for about 24 bucks. This is from a house called PROVENCE, and this is number 63. And I have a review of it as well. Go catch that if you haven't caught that, where I discussed this particular fragrance and how it is. It's a great entry-level kind of a fragrance. It's for a fragrance for anyone that's on a budget. If you like fragrances like Spice Bomb from Victor and Rolf, the Hanamori Hem, and then also I feel like it's similar to the Burberry London, the tobacco one. So I feel like, you know, it's any of those. If you like any of those, you would really enjoy this one. And for 24 bucks, a 100 ml bottle, I feel like it's great. And actually, this was something that was recommended to me on Instagram. Somebody said you should check it out. It's similar to these fragrances, and here it is. I have actually bought it, and of course now I featured it in my top 20 cheapest fragrances video, and then there's a full review of it. So go find out more about this one. I have a link to where you can buy it. As I said, it's about 24 bucks currently at Amazon. And the company PROVENCE is known for soaps, and I've seen their soaps when I travel to the south of France. But you'll find out all about it in my video if you go catch it. So this is a designer fragrance I hadn't sampled for a long time. I bought it again without a box, and hoping that it's going to be great for me. It's from a house that I don't really know too much. Well, no, I shouldn't say I don't really know too much about. It's from a house, designer house, that I haven't really been buying fragrances from, and this is a first for me for a long time, although I have their Iris fragrance from their more expensive collection. This is HYPNOSE from Lancome for men. So any of you fans of this one? It's a fragrance that I had tested a lot back when it first came out in the 2000s. I never really bought a bottle, but now I'm thinking I want to explore it, and we'll see how it works. I don't know too much about it, but the fact that I found a great deal for it without a box, that I decided to go ahead and pick up a bottle. Anyway, that's HYPNOSE from the house of Lancome. Let me know if you're a fan of this. Are you a fan of this particular house? Do you like their fragrances? I know their more expensive collection of ouds and you know, more niche style fragrances are very popular, but I don't see any other men's fragrances from this house except for this one. Are there any others? Let me know so I can find out. At least I haven't seen any. Anyway, this is HYPNOSE from Lancome. This next one is a fragrance that I've had for a while. I decided to put it in this haul video because I don't think I spoke too much about it in one video I did recently about grapefruit and yuzu fragrances. And this is YUJA Cologne, this one right here from Jo Malone. So it's a very, very fresh, grapefruity, yuzu kind of a combo. There are some dry, aromatic and woody nuances under there. It's just a very, very fresh fragrance though. I feel like this should have been picked up earlier in the summer because we're going into fall and, you know, we're going to be into cooler weather. But I feel like we have some warm days ahead and I can put this one to use. But it is very, very light. It's an eau de cologne, but it's, if you like the fragrance or the smell of grapefruits, yuzu, pomelo, things like that with aromatic notes and woodsy notes, I feel like this is perfect. So that is YUJA Cologne from Jo Malone. Now this next one was also featured in my cheap fragrances video over the weekend, my top 20, and I said that this is a new pickup. I'm so glad I picked this one up. This is a ZINO Davidoff Eau de Toilette, and this one actually is a 120 or 125 ml bottle for about 18 bucks. So it's really, really inexpensive. But you know, it does have a classic smell. It does smell a little dated, especially if you're a young nose and you're more used to the like a very light kind of fruity, sort of light woody, fresh fragrances that are currently in the market. So this might feel a little mature, but if you like patchouli, you might want to check this one out for the price. Plus it's a great looking bottle, as you can see right there. It's bold, it's big, it's potent. Even for an eau de toilette, I felt like it was potent, and the patchouli really, really stands out. It's a little bit on the animalic side, a little bit. I feel like there's a little leathery touch in there as well. But I'm glad I have it. I'm so glad I have this one. I'm going to put it to great use, and for under 20 bucks, this is a great deal. I felt like, I can't believe how cheap this is for this particular fragrance. That's amazing. Anyway, ZINO Davidoff Eau de Toilette, a great, great scent. So this next one is from the house of Diptyque. I bought a lot of Diptyque fragrances recently, and I'm going to go through them here and there. This is their limited edition OTHONIEL Rosa that I recently picked up, and it's a rose with vetiver, and it's great, fresh, woody, earthy, and the rose is it's like a jammy rose, so it's the combination of the juicy jammy rose with the earthy kind of dry elements of the vetiver. I haven't tested it too much, but as far as what I smelled when I tested it, I really enjoyed it because there's some greenish twiggy kind of touches as well, like the twigs of the rose. So I'm glad that they did this, and apparently it's named after a designer or an artist, I think I should say. And they have a candle, and then the candle came out earlier, and then now they have the fragrance, and I think it's a great scent. If you like rose with vetiver, earthy, woody touches, green touches, then definitely check this one out. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a full review of this one because it is a limited edition, and since it is a limited edition, and if they run out, they're going to run out, and that's it, then I don't think I should really review it, if that makes sense. So this next fragrance is from the house of Gucci. So this is from their Alchemist collection fragrances, and if you haven't caught my fake Gucci Alchemist collection video from a few days ago, definitely go catch that. I am a fan of this collection, and I haven't really spoken too much about the collection, although I have a full review of The Last Day of Summer, which I did last year on the last day of summer, which was my birthday or the day before, I can't remember. But anyway, I like the collection, and I'm going to do some more videos about this collection. And this is actually one of the more limited fragrances from this collection. This is HORTUS Sanitatis, this one right here. So this is a Gucci boutique exclusive, and I believe there's a special market a store in Paris, I forgot the name now. They sell it there. Now, HORTUS Sanitatis is this right here, and this is a very, very unique fragrance. To me, this is a very, very smoky rose fragrance, and there's no rose listed, it's papyrus. So when you smell it, you're smelling like toasted roses. It's so good. If you've ever smelled dried and kind of smoky roses that have been sitting around for a while, you know, they have this pungent smell of the rose, and the smell of the rose or the jamminess has gotten dry, and you've kind of like picked up other smells with it, and it's kind of like really, really screaming loud. That's kind of what I get with it. So to me, it smells like dried roses that are smoked or kind of like toasted, almost like barbecued roses. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but I really love it. It's not ultra beast, but it's also not a weakling. It's a very, very unique smell, and I absolutely love it. And this is an authentic bottle because I bought this one directly from Gucci. The only place that sells this particular fragrance is Gucci, not sold at retailers that sell the Alchemist Garden collection, because it's some kind of a limited fragrance. I really love it. It's kind of become my favorite from the collection. Again, it doesn't have rose listed, but I get rosy nuances here, like toasted roses or barbecued roses, if that makes a little more unique sounding fragrance. Anyway, that's Hortus Sanitatis. Strange name, but great fragrance. All right, this next fragrance is from a house called Comme des Garçons, and recently I decided to pick this one up because I'm kind of looking into some tea fragrances. This is from Comme des Garçons' olfactory library, and this is Nomad tea, this one right here. So this one I feel like is a minty tea. If you like the idea of mint with tea, then this is the kind of fragrance you would wear. I haven't tested it too much, and it also kind of reminds me of soda a little bit from the same house and the same collection. So I feel like I gotta put it to test and test it out a lot, just so that I can see the differences between soda and this particular fragrance, Nomad tea. Again, they're not identical. For some reason, it reminds me of the fragrance, one another. So I just have to kind of like wear it to study it a little bit, to pick out its nuances in comparison to one another. But it's great. It's minty, it's tea, and again, it's Comme des Garçons. It has kind of like synthetic smells and qualities to it. But that's kind of what I like about Comme des Garçons fragrances. They're just unique, kind of slightly avant-garde-ish fragrances. Anyway, this is Nomad tea from the house of Comme des Garçons, and this is from their olfactory library collection. And if you haven't caught my olfactory library collection video for Comme des Garçons, you should do that. I have it on the channel, and you'll learn a little bit more about this collection. So recently, Molton Brown was having a 20% off sale over the Memorial Day weekend, and I was really looking at one of their fragrances to buy, called, which one is it? This one? Or it's this one. It's called Milk Musk. And Milk Musk kind of reminds me of Milky Musk from Parlez-moi de Parfum. Are they the same fragrance? In fact, I thought they might be, but they're completely different fragrances. And I think I might do a comparison video of the two because they're so similar with names. Milk Musk versus Milky Musk. Milky Musk from Parlez-moi de Parfum came before Milk Musk. Milky Musk doesn't feature milk. Milk Musk does feature milk, but man, this is so good, guys. It's a gourmand. I think it's a lactonic for sure, has major milky qualities, but there's something under there that's really, really satisfying. This is Milk Musk right here. I feel like this is, you're almost like wearing runny custard. There's some dry elements in there, but the smooth creaminess of the milk in here and the musk together, fantastic. This, if I had it for my fall fragrances video, and if I ranked it, it would be way at the top. I just feel like this is perfect for fall. When I compare it to Parlez-moi de Parfum Milky Musk, doesn't have the sandalwoody touch that the other fragrance does. This one, to me, like I said, is more like a gourmand rather than a woody fragrance. I'm sure there's some woody notes in here, but I feel like they're completely different fragrances, even though the name Milk or Milky Musk is kind of similar. Anyway, I'll tell you more about Milky Musk, but if you guys like milky lactonic fragrances, definitely try that one. I highly recommend it. The other one I bought from Molton Brown, as I said, they were having a 20% off sale recently, I took advantage of the sale, and I love sales, obviously. This is called Geranium NEFERTUM, this one right here. So this one I don't know too much about. I've smelled it once, and it smells like a, you know, slightly minty geranium aromatic touches. But since I had sprayed the Milky Musk first, because that's the one I went for right away, this one kind of fell, you know, in the back. But now I'll come back to it and you know, test it out a little bit, because I like the idea of geranium, and geranium can go minty, and of course there's a Geranium Pour Monsieur from the House of Frederick Malle, which I do not like. It goes toothpastey. Here the geranium is great. I really do enjoy it. So we'll tell you more about Geranium NEFERTUM from the House of Molton Brown. And again, I'm a sucker for sales, and whenever I see a sale, I take advantage of it. 20% off is a pretty good deal for these fragrances. So, more Diptyque. Are you guys fans of Diptyque? Let me know. And also, let me know if any of the fragrances I have spoken about so far you've tested and what you're thinking about them. So I have 4 more Diptyque fragrances I'm going to tell you about. First one, speaking of geranium, we just spoke about geranium, the geranium odorata. As I said, I'm getting into geranium fragrances and I really want to explore this note and maybe do a video, and I felt like this one's definitely one for me to try and you know, talk to you about. And so far so good with this one. I've tested this one a lot more than the geranium NEFERTUM from Molten Brown. Which one will be my favorite of the two, I'm not sure, but really digging the way this one smells. It's very dry, earthy, and the geranium in here has very, very light rosy nuances and slight minty greenness as well. So it's a very, very interesting fragrance. It's fresh, it's refreshing, but very herbal and aromatic. And again, geranium is the star, and this is geranium odorata from the house of Diptyque, and of course the Molten Brown is geranium NEFERTUM. So another one from the house of Diptyque is OYEDO. And OYEDO is about grapefruit. And this one actually is a bitter grapefruit with the green herbal aromatic touches in there. Very much so. It's a juicy grapefruit, but you know what? I can smell the skin, and the skin has like some oiliness. I can totally pick that up in here. But it's slightly bitter, it's juicy, it's citric, and of course there's some light aromatics running throughout it. And of course I also pick up a little bit of green petitgrain, like the twigs and the leaves of the tree, the orange tree. And that's OYEDO. We'll put that to use and tell you a little bit more about it, but let me know if you're a fan of this particular fragrance from Diptyque. And also let me know, are you a fan of Diptyque in general? Do you like Diptyque? And what are your favorite fragrances from the house of Diptyque? And speaking of Diptyque, I've got 2 more fragrances from their more upper end collection. Hommage, the redo of Hommage in this collection, and then Opone, this one right here. So let's try Hommage first. Hommage is a fragrance that was part of the 34 Boulevard Saint Germain collection, and then they actually discontinued it. So when I smelled Hommage, the original, I fell in love with it right away, but there was no way I could find a bottle of it. It was just completely sold out. But now it's available in this collection, and it comes in a bottle like this. And this one features ambroxan, so if you like ambroxan, you're going to like this one. And sadly, I didn't have this for my ambroxan video. But this one's very fresh. It has a very sexy touch, but you know what? The original was a little better. They did reformulate it and they added some citric touches in here. Even though it smells or reminds you of the previous version of Hommage, this is the newer version and of course the current version. But you know what? I'll put this one to use. And this is like a bottle like the Benjoin Bohème, the fragrance I really speak highly about from this house. And I love these bottles. They're really, really gorgeous looking bottles. And of course it comes in this beautiful little baggie as well. Kind of like, you know, similar concept with the coloring and everything. So that is Hommage from the house of Diptyque. And then next we're going to Opone, which is in this bottle, or box, I should say. And Opone was a complete blind buy. Do I know anything about this one? I don't remember this one. I have not smelled it, and no, I have smelled it, but I have not smelled it recently. So this is what it looks like. Let's go ahead and spray it, remind myself of what I'm smelling. Wow. So to me, it smells like a fresh resinous fragrance with light rosiness in there. Wow. This one's going to be great, actually. Definitely has a great, great smell to it. It's a little pungent, it's a little resinous, slightly smoky, but it smells rosy. And I feel like the rose is definitely there. Even though I don't remember what the notes are, I'm taking a chance at telling you what I'm smelling. But I feel like there are roses in there, kind of like dried roses again, but not smoky, toasty like the Gucci fragrance I was talking to you about. And again, the coloring here reminds me of like rose color or something. Anyway, that's Opone from the house of Diptyque. So those are my Diptyque fragrances. Several more to go, guys. I hope I'm not taking this too long to do this video, but I'm assuming you guys like these videos. And let me know if you like these particular Diptyque fragrances. Are you fans of them? If you're not, let me know as well. Because I know there are like people that say, oh, I don't click with that brand. I don't know why, yada yada. The next fragrance I'm going to talk to you about is Molinard's Secret Sucre. Do you know this fragrance? This is a fragrance that's not part of the inexpensive collection. This is a more expensive collection fragrance, but I really love the sugary caramel qualities of this fragrance, and I feel like it's perfect for fall and winter. This is Secret Sucre right here. Again, it doesn't look like the other bottles. Those are purple, obviously, and this has a little bit of the purple here, and then, of course, the box is purple. But if you like caramelly, sugary fragrances, you know, vanillic, definitely try Secret Sucre, because I feel like you're going to really enjoy it. Sad thing is, this is not distributed as easily as that purple collection fragrance, the cheaper, less expensive collection. So it might be a little more tough to get, but if you can find it, I highly recommend it, especially if you like sugary gourmands or vanilla caramelly fragrances. Anyway, that's Secret Sucre from the house of Molinard. Byredo. Who's a fan of Byredo? Took a chance at this particular fragrance, Black Saffron. And, you know, I want to dig into Byredo a little bit and see what they're all about. Check out some of their fragrances. I have my favorites. I know some of them. I like them, like Bal d'Afrique, Oud Accord, or Accord Oud, Pulp, and a few others. But Black Saffron, for some reason, called me and I picked up a bottle. And Black Saffron is saffron, and I've always mentioned in my videos, saffron tends to smell leathery, and this one definitely smells leathery. To me, it smells a little fruity as well. It smells like a slightly lighter version of, easier to wear version of Tuscan leather. So if you like that fragrance, you might like this. But again, it's aromatic, it's herbal, it's spicy, leathery, with some light fruity touches. Great scent, I think. Black Saffron from the house of Byredo. Let me know if you're a fan of that one. And also let me know, are you a fan of Byredo fragrances in general? If so, what are your favorite Byredo fragrances? A couple of fragrances I picked up from Tower Perfumes. So I've never tried the L'Air des Alpes Suisse, this one right here. And this is Incense Extreme. So these are two fragrance, well, I've known about Incense Extreme, but I never really owned the bottle. And of course, I never really bought this Swiss Alps, L'Air des Suisse Alps fragrance, so I decided to take a try at it and see what it's all about. So I've known about the L'Air des Alpes Suisse fragrance for a while. For some reason, I didn't really pick up a bottle. I said, you know what? There was a discount code somewhere. I'm going to go pick up a couple of fragrances from Tower Perfumes. I'm going to get the new one. And of course, I'm going to get Incense Extreme, since I've never really gotten Incense Extreme. So all the fragrances from Tower come with a card like this, and there's a signed signature in there. So what I'm going to do is spray it on here, but if you want to take a look at the bottle here, it's beautiful. This is the first time this is the second time I'm smelling it. So to me, it definitely has the Tower odd, meaning the DNA of Tower Perfumes, but there's something fresh and aromatic about it. So I really enjoy it. I want to put it to test and see what it's all about, but I'm glad to have this particular fragrance, Tower Perfumes. And if you guys don't know Tower Perfumes, do check out my channel. I do have quite a bit of selection of videos on the house. In fact, I've got interviews and videos with Andy Tower as well. Anyway, that's L'Air des Alpes Suisse. I think it stands for the Swiss Alps air. And the other fragrance is Incense Extreme. Now this one I have smelled and tested before. Again, signature. And this one is basically similar to the older bottles. So let's test this one out. Yep, definitely something that I've smelled before. It has definitely the Tower odd, the Tower DNA, but there's a unique twist to it. It kind of reminds me of an Incensier version of L'Air du Desert Marocain, which is actually pretty cool because I really love that fragrance from Tower Perfumes. There's that. And glad to have these two. I'm glad to get back on track with some Tower Perfumes because it's been a while since I've actually bought any fragrances from this house. But now I see that he's launching some fragrances that I really wanted to check out. Unfortunately though, the aquatic fragrance he launched this year, it was not for me. I don't care for it at all. But these two are quite great. So this is a classic musk fragrance that I bought recently. It's basically called Musk, Monsieur Musk, this one right here. And sadly, when I ordered it, it said it was spray but it doesn't come as a spray, so it's a splash bottle, which is kind of annoying. But I can always decant it and put it into a atomizer. But this one actually has some classic musky touches. It's very green. It smells like very, very green musk, and it kind of reminds me of Acampora's musk, which is kind of great actually. I really enjoy that musk. And this was under $50 for sure, so it's a 30 ml bottle. So that is Monsieur Musk, and I think it's from, somehow it's connected to Houbigant, I think, from what I read online, but this is not the Houbigant version. If you guys know about this, let me know, put a comment down. But I took a chance at it. This is a blind buy. But as I said, it does remind me of the Acampora musk. Last, I have 4 fragrances, all musks from Jovan. This is the Jovan original musk, and I featured this in my weekend video of the cheapest fragrances in my collection, and this was around 10 bucks. And you know, it's a great classic musk. I mean, it's a very, very aromatic and spicy musk. It doesn't really remind me of a musk from something like Kiehl's original musk. It reminds me more of an aromatic, spicy, with woody muskiness. So it's a different take on musk, but it's a very, very sexy fragrance. And I feel like this particular fragrance, when it connects with or mixes and blends with somebody's body chemistry, it really does magic. And almost like a magic potion kind of thing. A woman apparently smelled this and go crazy, and I can see why, and it's been popular since the 70s. So I'm glad to have this back in my collection for 10 bucks, definitely worth it. And then we have 3 more sort of flankerish musks for men from Jovan. The first one is White Musk, again under $10. So White Musk for men from Jovan is not anything like the White Musk from the Body Shop. I'm going to spray it on here because I don't know this one too much. Kind of has similarities to the White Musk for men from Body Shop, but then again it doesn't, because it has a more aromatic and spicy background, like a base. So in the end, you're smelling something similar to the White Musk from the Body Shop, but you're actually smelling something more potent and something very, very bassy. So in the end, we'll put it to use and see. Again, for 10 bucks, or it's actually even under 10 bucks. It's not a bad deal. So this is Black Musk for men from Jovan. Let me know if you have any of these musks. So this one I smelled and I thought to myself, wow, that smells kind of leathery, and once again kind of aromatic and spicy. So I don't know where they're getting the musk from here. It also smells very aromatic, as I said that, and kind of goes into that direction of smelling like Drakkar Noir a little bit. So I don't know, smells kind of interesting. For about $7 is what I paid for these. I felt like it was not a bad deal. But let me know if you're a fan of this one. I've read at some places that they don't last, but you know, it is very, very cheap. Lastly, Jovan Tropical Musk. And this one I tested out because I was very, very curious about this one. And so much for tropical musk. It has some candied fruitiness to it, more like hard fruity candy rather than candied fruits. There's some tonka beans in there, I feel like, and a little bit more like aromatic kind of stylings. So in the end, the fruitiness kind of goes into that candy territory, but more like candied, hard candies. And the tonka is really, really potent in here, like it's ultra tonka-ish. So I don't know how tropical this tropical musk is. To me, I don't get like coconut or tropical flowers or even tropical fruits. But in the end, I guess they can get away with calling something tropical musk. Again, these are very inexpensive. Again, these were all bought for around 7 bucks, every single bottle. They're under, what are those sizes? They're 3 fluid ounces for around $7 each. So for under $30, I got 4 different musks from Jovan, so that we can test them out and see. Again, they're not going to last too long, and they're going to probably spray on and you know, disappear after, you know, few hours, maybe 3 to 4 hours at the most. But they're so cheap that you can have them laying around, and depending on your mood, you pick one or the other. Again, the Black Musk to me smells like Drakkar Noir. The tropical musk to me smells like candies, fruity candies. White musk kind of does smell a little bit of like White Musk from the Body Shop, but it has more depth in the base. And then in the end, the original musk is the original musk. That's the popular one. Anyway, those are the fragrances that I've picked up in this fragrance haul video. I hope you liked this video. I hope you like some of these fragrances. As I said, please do put a comment down and let me know if you like these fragrances and if you're a fan of them. Let me know what you've been buying lately, if you're finding deals. I do want to say I do like my luxury fragrances. I do like my niche fragrances, but I'm also a sucker for cheapies. If I can find deals and cheapies on great fragrances, I eat them up right away. Now, only thing about these fragrances, there's a nostalgia thing about this one. This is going back to the cheap thing again. So there's a nostalgia thing about this one. So owning this one was a must. But as I was shopping, I was noticing that these are there. And when I thought that they were all $7 each, I thought, you know what? For under $30 for 4 fragrances, might as well get them. Even if I don't like some of them, like this Black Musk, I probably would not use it because I recently bought Drakkar Noir, so I might pass that on to my nephew or something. You know, make a great stocking stuffer or a quick gift or something. So I don't mind doing that, especially since they're so inexpensive and I have relatives that use fragrances. Lots of my relatives love fragrances, so if I buy some cheapies that are solid and giftable, I will do that. Anyway, as I said, I do love my cheapies, but I also love my luxury fragrances, and I appreciate you tuning in today. Let me know what you guys have been buying lately. Let me know where you're finding discounted fragrances lately. Let me know what you're going to be wearing this coming fall and autumn season, and of course winter after that. Thanks so much for watching. Please do like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.